Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your favorite show around, the annual Government Tournament Showdown. I'm your host, William O'Brien, and I'm here with your co-host, Isaiah Reppert, and we've got quite the lineup today, folks, so I hope you brought your snacks and drinks with you, because you sure won't want to leave anytime soon.
Last week, we saw quite the struggle between our two oldest champions, Roman statesman Marcus Licinius Crassus and Egyptian king Tutankhamun.
For those at home who missed it, Tutankhamun showcased the rule of theocracy, the form of government in which divine leaders rule in the name of gods or as deities themselves.
Marcus, on the other hand, demonstrated the power of plutocracy, a government ruled by the rich and wealthy.
Though our fighting pharaoh reigned in the ring countless times in the past, plutocracy came out on top by the end.
In modern times, it seems theocracy just isn't quite as powerful in the world. While many governments are still strongly plutocratic to this day,
Marcus will be continuing on with his seemingly endless winning streak, soon to see his next match with the long-anticipated anarchy representative, yet to be named at this time. But, without further ado, prepare, beware, and pull up a chair as we get right into the contestants for today. For our first matchup, we've got special guest, the one, the only, democracy representative, George Washington. That's right, folks. We got Mr. America himself. And woo boy, was he not happy when he found out about his partner in the ring, monarchy representative, Queen Elizabeth. Yes, indeed. Quite the history between the two fighters. As you listeners at home know, democracy and monarchy are two fairly different governing systems. In fact, we brought on special guest Braden Richardson to explain just how different the two governments are. So, Braden, what exactly is so different about these two governances?
Well, William, there's a number of differences between monarchy and democracy. For example, in a monarchy, power resides with a single hereditary ruler, like a king or queen, while in a democracy, power is held by the people, who typically elect representatives to govern on their behalf. However, while monarchies can be absolute and authoritarian with the ruler holding unchecked power, many modern-day monarchies are constitutional, where the monarch's role is largely ceremonial and the actual power rests with the citizens' elected bodies.
Interesting. But still, quite a bit of anger between the two from the past, right? Maybe we still shouldn't have spilled the tea before the round started,
Maybe a tad here and there, but don't you worry, folks, because old Washington sure switched up once he heard about his and the Queen's opponents today. On the other team, for tonight, we have quite the nefarious and corrupt duo. You know him from his bald head, representing communism, Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev. And behind him, with a strangely obsessive enjoyment of dairy, that's real. He loved milk way too much, you can look it up. The guy was a weirdo, even had his own personal cow. Representing dictatorship, Cuban despot Fidel Castro.
Two prominent tyrants in history for sure. We're actually holding Washington back behind the scenes with, chains and everything. Dude's feral.
Mr. Richardson, could we get a bit of an explanation for everyone at home who doesn't know why Georgie is foaming at the mouth about now?
Of course, while there is some blatant and violent history between America and Soviet Russia, capitalism versus communism and democracy against dictatorship has been a fight for centuries now. While communism is a governing system which theoretically aims to create the classless and ethical society where wealth and resources are distributed equally, ensuring everyone has access to basic necessities, in the past, it has often resulted in authoritarian regimes and dictators galore. Dictatorship itself is a form of government where a single ruler or a small group of rulers, in the case of oligarchies exercise absolute power with limited freedoms and practically no constitutional limitations. America being a nation developed on the basis of a constitution and freedom, it's easy to see why the founding father is feeling so viciously patriotic.
What's that? Yeah. Got it. Well, men and gentle ladies, it seems that's all the time we have for our breakdown. George Washington has breached containment, so without any more further ado, let's get ready to see some world leaders punch each other in the face.
For Queen and Country.
Well, folks, what a round. Democracy and monarchy, with a shared championship, dictatorship and communism, the bad kind, completely dominated. That'll be it for today's show, but stay tuned for more of your favorite WWE ripoff, Government Tournament Showdown.